It is 10:40 p.m. Um, Thursday. Um, what? 11th. Oh my god, it has been kind of hell. Um, and this month will continue to be hell because of my thesis and my stupid thesis project. One, it's kind of a shit topic, but also there's this rule that you can't cite reviews, and that makes everything so hard, absolutely hard, stressful. And then, but I was able to finally finish this section I wanted to do, which there is a chance it's complete garbage. But honestly, at this point, I just want to get my thesis done. I don't care about the quality as much. I just want to pass. So I got this section done in the morning, sent it to my supervisor, and then I had like a nice, fun class of life support. And then throughout the rest of the day, I've been reading a lot, watching like an hour video for class tomorrow for contemporary arts, which actually was exhausting reading that much. I don't think I've ever really read like what 30, I want to say like 35 pages, which I guess doesn't seem a lot. To me it's a lot. I don't like reading. So actually reading 35 pages in one day is a lot. But yeah, anyways. 35 pages plus an hour video. I don't know. But it's exhausting. I ended up not having dinner. I was like, I'll just skip dinner. But then I was still hungry on the way back. And then I saw, I was looking at different, restaurants and see the lights and like it's open, but it's a bit far. It's like an actual restaurant. I don't want to sit there and eat. But then in the corner of my eye, on the way back home, I see a bakery open. So I'm thinking like, I gotta check this out. So I go there, I see some pastries, it's hard to tell, but on the sign, the menu, I see the typical Dutch, what do you call it, whatever, menu that has like the Turkish pizza, burger, and of course, my favorite, kapsalon. Kind of different. I usually don't have carrots. Oh my god. This is a terrible view. Like, most Dutch things, I just straight up don't like. Especially food. But kapsalon, I love it. Especially, after all the stress and exhaustion, and then on top of that, being hungry and in pain because I just happened to skip dinner today, just makes this moment of eating kapsalon amazing, which I'm gonna have. So I'll take a bite first. So good. I was actually reluctant about the carrots, but it works really well. It's a little pickle, plus the harder texture complements well with the basically everything else being soft and salty, spicy, or rich in umami. Oh, the carrot works really well. I'm surprised. Yeah, it looks gross. The thing about kapsalon is, I would still say it's pretty uninspiring, uninventive. All you're doing is putting a bunch of stuff in one box. It's like fish and chips, right? Like, it's a staple British food, but all you do is fry a fish and, French fries, and then you put them together on a plate. That's it. It's really nothing. Oh, it doesn't mean I don't like it. I love it, but you know, it's no. There's no like quality or sophistication compared to other more culturally significant food in different countries, I would say. But anyways, I really wanted to talk today not about not really about cups alone or thesis. What I really wanted to talk about was what I feel like basically I'm not really alive right now. I'm not really living, and it's multiple reasons, and reasons I'm not really sure on, but I do have some ideas to why I feel like I'm not living. And one is that I escape too much. No, not necessarily in the sense of drugs, thank God. I just can't be, like, I'm such a lazy person. I can't even be bothered to go to a coffee shop. I mean, I go sometimes, but like, I don't care enough to go. Like, almost every time I go to a coffee shop, it's not even for escapism, or alcohol for that matter. I know. Escapism I refer to, I can kind of point to three different things. One is that I kind of, I don't know if I know disassociation has a more clinical term, but I disassociate in the sense that, well, I don't know the clinical definition of disassociation, but I disassociate in the sense that I go into my head a lot. I'm not present at all. And that's one thing. I actually thought of another thing. Another thing is that I'm almost always have like a music playing or listening to music during like a situation where I'm going from A to B, or like when I'm showering, when I'm doing menial tasks. I always have another stimulus, which comes in the form of music. Or it could be listening to Harmontown. I'm gonna actually listen to the whole. I don't know how many podcasts there are, but I'm listening to the whole podcast. I finished watching the Harmon Country, the tour around the USA, and they're back. And it's like second episode after they're back. But anyways, I do that a lot, so I'm never like present, And then I'm also on my phone a lot in general, and this whole thing points to this idea of Homo economicus. Sorry. I misspoke. Homo contentus, which I still haven't really made a video on it. Eventually, but it's an essay I wrote for media philosophy about predicting the next stage in the more techno-cultural human evolution. The fundamental is that we had Homo politicus, Homo economicus, right? And that's established. And basically, what I think that those transitions are is based on technological innovations. Homo economicus came into fruition because of industrial revolution, and we're in a new era of technological innovation, which is the digital informational revolution. And this digital revolution, one aspect of it, which is relevant to the point I'm going to talk about, is that we're transitioning into living in the digital space, in the virtual space, like quite literally, where we are, which is not like a revolutionary concept. There's a lot of sci-fis about it. Other people probably talk about it. But the whole point is that there is a very significant pattern that we put a lot of our time, our culture, methods, communication, everything. We invest a lot of what it is to live in the virtual space already. And this is because of other elements. It is a clear pattern that we're moving more and more towards abandoning our physical self and just living in the virtual space. And then basically what I'm doing, which is to just be online all the time, is reflective of this transition from Homo economicus to Homo contentus. So there is a point that there's an inevitability of it, so I shouldn't be worried about it, stressed about it. But the thing is, I'm a human that's probably not gonna really be able to become a full-on Homo contentus, right? I'm still from the era where even smartphone wasn't really a thing when I was actually small and still had a level of self-awareness and awareness of my environment. So even despite the fact that I am such a virtual, online, digital person, it is still unnatural to me. It is still, I find it unhealthy, or I find it unhappy, because to me, that is still a form of escapism, because intuitively I still understand as this physical realm as the true realm, and I'm not investing and spending enough awareness and time in this physical realm. So that is another reason why I feel that I don't feel like I'm alive, I'm living. Well, I'm aware that it's not just about escapism, but it's related to escapism. It's could be a symptom of or consequence of it, and this is the lack of doing certain things, lack of and then another escapism is my addiction to pool as in the pool table. I'm at university. I spend hours and hours there, and if someone invites me, let's play a game, I cannot say no. I have to play. The addiction is crazy. I know for a fact it's my way of escapism. It gets really bad. It was really bad, especially while I'm working on this section on my thesis. I just couldn't resist it. It was, unfortunately, I don't have time, money, or energy to fix this addiction problem. But once I graduate, I plan to, not just because I plan to do the general health check anyways in summer, but earlier I want to also start trying to, fix my, or, you know, do something about my mental health, even if I'm not like that significantly, not like a clinical level. Like mental health is still health. I want to work on it. And I think addictive personality is definitely something I could work on. So I plan to do that after I graduate. Hopefully I graduate. The future is bleak. Everything I've been, no, I didn't fail anything. I'm probably on my way to getting honors. It's not bad. And then the very last quad, I'm starting to doubt. It sucks. Um, but anyways, so the escapism, and then the lack of activity, and these activities include like quality socialization, which I really don't have that much right now. Unfortunate. And it's myriad of reasons I could list. Um, I think one thing is one thing is, I don't know. It just, I think one issue is that I've never really fully been able to transition the move to this country. And transitioning, like completely removing the social circle and group friends I had, because I came to a completely different country, and like everyone left to different countries anyways. Um, the truth of the matter is, I've never been able to recover from that transition. What's more sad is last year when I met some of my friends, like it just felt different. It felt off, and like I've never been able to recover from the transition. But then in that moment, I realized I can't even go back. It just, things have changed too much already. That just I can never have that friend. Like, I mean, they're still friends, but it's not the same. It's not. I can't get what I lost. But anyways, it's just, that's one aspect. There's cultural aspect of transitioning that I just cannot integrate. The language, and the issue with finances, and I guess general issue with my laziness, and I guess anxiety and insecurity, and the thing is, like, when I'm good at socializing, I'm an excellent socializationer. I don't know the term. But my insecurity is so strong that I feel like I have some socially, like a mental disorder almost, like a social ineptitude to the point of like mental disorder. But then it could be that there's two ways I can see this. One is that maybe I always had something, which is not like that big of a surprise. And then certain events helped kind of realize that. Or I'm just really a shithole, and I'm trying to create this entity called a mental disorder that I could blame it on, so that I don't have to take as much responsibility for my ineptitude. Um, Either ways, it's not helping. And ultimately, other things. I also had a really bad social start with my university life. I was with a friend group that I did not fit well at all. And then my school is kind of small. It's weird. It's like by the time I kind of cut ties with that social group, every other social group is established, which I didn't realize was even a thing. Like everything seems like gate kept, and it's really weird. Um, but I guess that's how things work. And then it was hard for me to integrate. Well, I didn't want to integrate into another social group. I want to stay as a social butterfly. I like a one-on-one relationship with people, not being part of a group. But that seemed to be disadvantageous. So, I don't know. But it is what it is. But I could have always, like, my university, the university I'm in, which is like this small department of the larger one. The club system is terrible. So that wasn't an option to really socialize. Thing is, I realized maybe there was a way to still join clubs in the major university, or circles or whatever. I mean, I want to say that I never bothered, but also I didn't realize that was a thing until like quite recently when I'm about to graduate. So, but I never really tried. Like, if I'm like actually desperate, I think maybe I would have tried. Or I'm just such a self wallow, not, well, part of self-loathing, pitying, self-wallowing person that I just don't try, you know. Mm. So, it's like, that's it. I think socialization is a very important aspect of feeling alive. And I don't have quality socialization, so I really feel like I'm not alive. And one other thing that I know makes me feel alive is when I was playing tennis. So maybe I could get back to, I don't know. The thing is, I have a thumb injury right now, so I can't play tennis. And there's this guy I usually try to play tennis with, but the thing with, I don't know if it's just that they don't respect me at all, or it's a Dutch thing, but a lot of Dutch people seem to be unpunctual, but actually even beyond that, like they would cancel on the day, like 30 minutes before. Well, not 30 minutes before is generous. Like, like on the time, we make plans. They would say they can't come that day or whatever. And it's just he's one of those kind of people. Like, it's back where I was from. That's like ludicrous, You don't do that sort of stuff, but that's the other thing, I don't know if it's really a cultural difference, because like more older Dutch people don't do that, so it could be just a thing of immaturity. So I don't know, but yeah, and there's probably other reasons. One other escapist activity I do is I have this story I'm writing about this world, and especially when I'm stressed and really need to escape. I get a lot of creative ideas, a lot of fuel to build on that world and write a story. Um, I've been building this world for, I don't know, like 3 or 4 years now. Um, a lot of it has been just writing different elements of different like potential characters that come up, setting, like building on the magic system, which I really want to be able to do this thing where it's a very hard magic system with like very complex rules, but it could be presented as almost soft magic or like understandable, simple magic, where the rules are in the background, and if an audience wants to dive into it, they can dive into it, and it's a really complex system. Or complex, but like, it's not that complex, I think. It's complex compared to a lot of magic systems I see, where like, usually one character only has one ability, which I find very boring. Um, I watched So Sono Freedom, which isn't technically that, but there was like this, you know, where like the exam competition arc, where a lot of the characters would just focus on one magic. It kind of makes the magic system a bit boring there. The magic system I have, I actually don't want to talk about it too much, because I might actually want to build, actually make something, or publish something, or whatever.